Hey guys, Chris from Black Flag Barbell Club here. Today we're going to talk about another little aspect of programming. We spoke last week about two sort of key concepts with programming. Number one, does it aim you at your goals? And number two, do you enjoy it? So if you haven't watched that video, we'll link it or something. But today we're going to talk about the next most important aspect, which is have a program and stick to it. So if you have a program, whatever it may be, Sheiko, 531, Texas Method, Starting Strength, doesn't matter. Any program at all, as long as you've got one. So you've got a program, you've looked it over, you're like, all right, this aims me to what I want to do. All the stuff that is incorporated, I enjoy at some level. So the next most important thing is that you stick to the program. Don't deviate or make little changes or anything like that until you've given it an honest chance. So you want to run a program once or twice, full cycles, and then evaluate what could be improved, what doesn't work for you, that kind of thing. The caveat to that is, if you're super experienced or you already know certain things don't work for you, maybe tweak it a little, but I'd still recommend run it as designed and then make your judgment calls from there. Now the reason for that is, if someone has designed a program and you then decide, okay, this suits my goals, then run the program. You've got to run it to know what doesn't work. If you assume what doesn't work, and you see this a lot with, cookie cutter is the wrong word, but you see this a lot with common programs. So 531, Texas Method, stuff like that. People will say it didn't work for them, or I tried that and it wasn't for me, I didn't get any stronger, blah blah blah. Chances are, 9 times out of 10, they've gone into it and changed things around. So they'll tell you they've done 531, they haven't really. They've done, Samuel L. Jackson's version of 531, which isn't the same thing. And until you've run something a couple times and sort of digested it, given it a chance to have an effect on you, on your lifts, whatever you're trying to improve, you don't honestly know. An 8-week program isn't very long. It's not going to show super dramatic side effects unless it's a super hard peaking kind of thing, like a Smolov, in which case you'll get good results, and then if you don't keep up some amount of volume, they'll go right back down. But most programs, most training cycles in general are part of a big overarching plan, and they're designed to build on each other repeatedly. So if you don't build on it and give it a good couple goes, then you're not going to have an honest evaluation of where it sits in terms of what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Is it too much work? Is it not enough work? Can you up the bench volume, but the deadlift stuff needs to come down? You've got to give it a chance. So the next most important programming tip is to actually follow the program. Don't change it. I know it's tempting. I know it's easy to read something like, man, that would really help my squat, let's sub this for that. But leave it as is, run it once or twice, and then make minor tweaks, little tweaks. And then you run that once or twice, you evaluate. More minor tweaks, once or twice, and eventually you figure out what works for you, which is the best part. So obviously if you're a bit more of an advanced lifter and you've already figured some of these things out, then you can tweak things from the beginning if you know what works for you. But if you're coming into a new program or you haven't been training that long, then run it as is, give it some time, and then make your little tweaks. The lifting journey is a very long one, years and years and years. So you don't have to rush things. It's not the end of the world if this 10-week cycle you only put 5 kilos on your squat. If you know that it could have been better, you tweak it for the next time, boom, maybe you get 7.5. That's still heaps. You're adding money to your squat every day. So run it as is, evaluate after you've run the program once or twice, and then make small changes, and then again evaluate. So that's program tip number 2, week 2, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much it. Alright, we'll see you guys next week. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you want to hit us up, come see us, Black Flag Barbell Club.